is wanting to go um, and try to impeach Trump for a second time. But what I basically think all about is that it's just useless crap, like, what's the point of impeaching the guy? He's a private citizen now. And I think what I heard before, I what I've heard before is that it's illegal to basically impeach a private citizen. So let me just look that real quick, because people who don't uh, get info right get a boot shoved up their ass and basically get mocked at for quite a while nowadays in this world. Yeah. Yeah, you can't impeach a former president. And this is a Wall Street Journal. It's a big one. Oh. That's wise. Now, let me just read this, alright? I'm going to read the first paragraph, well, the first two, and then I'm just going to read the last one. Now that Donald Trump is a private citizen, the Senate should dismiss the article of impeachment against him for lack of jurisdiction. The Constitution is clear. The President shall be removed from office on impeachment and conviction, not by the expiration of his term before the impeachment process is complete. It also mandates that judgment in case of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal and disqualification, not or disqualification. Now, that first sentence right there basically bolds it all out. You can't impeach a president that's already out of office, alright? You just can't. You know, and the reason why they're basically doing this, one thing that I have for surely is the fact that, insurrection. They think that he did the insurrection, all that crap. I mean, it's just bullshit, really. But now for the second paragraph. When the Constitution was written, several states allowed impeachment of former officials. The framers could easily have included that provision, but they didn't. They also explicitly, I fucked that up, chose to prohibit the British practice of trial by legislature, accepting only impeachment and bill of attainder. Any punitive legislative act against a specific person, the courts have held that punishments prohibited by the bill of attainder clause include disqualification from holding office. Moreover, the Constitution requires the Chief Justice to preside when the President of the United States is tried. So, more to it. Basically, if you're already trying, just back off, because it doesn't work that way. If the Founding Fathers allowed it to be that way, they would. But hey, the Founding Fathers, they had a huge hatred towards Britain during that time. And like this sentence right here, they also explicitly chose to prohibit the British practice of trial by legislature, expecting only impeachment and bill of attainder. Prohibit the British practice of trial by legislature. Because they hated the British, because this is a time where they got out the British, where they got out the revolution, got done fighting the British and all that. If they didn't hate the British, they would have put this in here and things would have been much more straightforward to people actually wanting to carry on with the impeachment. But hey, lucky for us, the Founding Fathers didn't do that. And, just goes moreover, you can impeach a former president, and if you're trying, just back off. It doesn't work that way. Now for the last paragraph. I know that this is short enough for me to read, but I usually start from the first two paragraphs and the last paragraph. Now then, beyond the Constitution, there are some strong policy and historical reasons an incoming administration shouldn't seek recommendations against its predecessor. In some countries, defeated former presidents and prime ministers are routinely prosecuted. America has lived more in accordance with President Lincoln's message to the soon-to-be defeated Confederacy, with malice towards none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right. As God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish. That last paragraph, you don't even have to read to actually tell everybody wrong, alright? You just have to go with what President Lincoln says. With malice towards none, with hatred towards anybody, with charity for all, goodness for all, good grip in the right. As God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish. Basically, in the simplest form that I can make it, don't hate your enemy, do the right thing, and just keep on going with what's been going on lately. And, impeachment, it's just crap. Because I think the last impeachment, I believe Trump did something over in apparently Trump did something over in Ukraine, and that got everybody all stirred up and all that. So yeah, I think they managed to impeach him. They managed to. No thanks. But they failed. And that was back in 2020, a year ago. Now, 1 year later, they're trying to do it again. But they're doing it with much more crap. They're doing it much more worse. Because now he's gone. Now he's gone. Why have to keep going at the guy when he's gone? He can't do nothing much anymore, alright? Biden's in there. He's doing whatever he's doing. Even though he's messed up a whole lot in his first freaking week. It's just, you can't keep going after the guy because of what he did. When he's gone, he's gone. Don't try to go after him. Like now this paragraph says right here, no former official has ever been convicted by the Senate. The only one who has been impeached, Secretary of War William W. Belknap, was indisputably guilty of numerous impeachable offenses to which he confessed as he resigned his office hours before the House unanimously impeached him in 1876. You can't impeach the guy without evidence, and you definitely can't impeach the guy when he's out. Because when he's out, he does not have the power he used to have. Of course, he can go ahead and do some things, but he can't do everything in the United States. It has to be like William W. Belknap. He resigned, pleaded guilty to everything he caused during his career. And Richard Nixon. We know that Richard Nixon, he was one of the guys as well too. Because here's what I can say. Richard Nixon won because he was saying This is what I'm thinking, because he was saying that he was going to stop the Vietnam War. And he won by a landslide he won by a landslide in 1972. And basically there was red all over the map. But the Vietnam War continued even when Gerald Ford was in office. It carried on, and basically I think Richard Nixon lied about what he was wanting to do. And everybody started to realize it, and it's just, what I'm trying to get at here is that they had clear evidence with Belknap. They had clear evidence with Nixon. Trump, on the other hand, they had no evidence with, the Russian collusion, with the Ukraine deal or whatever. And they lost. The Senate lost. The Democrats lost. Everybody who was against him lost. Because there was no evidence. There was nothing. Not a single thing about it. And just basically, now that they want to impeach Trump after he's out of office, it's just more than insane. It's like insane asylum. It's just, they're just going berserk on him. They're going berserk. Because they don't want this guy to come in. Why? Because they know that he's basically sticking up to us, and they don't want anybody to stick up to us because, hey, 1984 is looking more and more real. But I'll leave another video for that later. I think I'll actually do it after I get done with this one. So, hey, just think about it. They tried to impeach Trump over something that he did apparently in Ukraine. That was an international thing. And he won it. He didn't get impeached. Well, he got impeached. But when it came to him actually resigning or getting close to there, he lost that. He lost it. And now that they're trying to do it again, probably because of the so-called insurrection he brought up, it's just the same thing all over again. Trump, he did not cause the insurrection. If you look at the footage, if you look closely at the raw footage, the people who were marching up the Capitol Hill, there was barely there were only a few cops there. One video I saw, the cops, they shoved open the gates, and the cops literally took the gates and pulled them away, just basically saying, come on in. If I was one of those officers, I would be trying to do something, But no, they just allowed them to come on in. And once they got over at the Capitol Hill, they bashed the windows in, and they started to come in, and the cops, they were unarmed. There was like a thin line of them. There was only a few, and they did nothing. And there's another footage of a cop basically, acting like he's doing his job, but at the same time, though, backing away. If I was one of those cops, if I was a cop seeing the window of the House of representatives getting bashed in, I would try to, grab my baton or take my gun out and, try to push them back. And if I was that one cop that was facing off an entire horde of Trump supporters, I would be trying to last man standing, But, hey, my theory is that those cops allow those people to come in because those so-called Trump supporters weren't our people. They weren't our people. I saw it unfold on TV. But hey, Trump, he told people to protest peacefully. He brought up no insurrection, and Trump, he told everybody to stop with whatever they're doing and just go back home. And he even said that those who basically, did wrong, you will be held accountable for. He literally said that. He literally said that. But no, second impeachment comes in because, he did insurrection, white supremacists and whatever. Shut the fuck up. Quite honestly, shut the fuck up. Yeah, make myself look bad, but hey, you're the damn dumbass. Alright? That's the truth. For the guy that believes that I'm wrong, buddy, you need to watch some real shit and not Fox News, because Fox, it's been going down ever since the election. But hey, that's all I got right now. Thanks for watching TB, and I'll be back with you